was full of people. They didn't care.
I told her to come back in 5 minutes so I can scream at her in front of you guys. Get the fuck out of here!
Don't you see? I'm grieving over Chadwick Boseman with my shirt on. I miss you, Chad. Wick.
Only black guy I know named Chadwick.
Wakanda forever.
That's right.
Chadwick's a name that shows up at like the Belmont. Not a black guy's name.
He's a very high-end person, very European, but he's a black guy.
Wow, you said.
Man, it sounds like we need to get Dick a shirt.
Yeah, that's all you can infer with that sentence you said.
What are you talking about? Chadwick.
Yeah, he's high-end.
The phrase, but he's a black guy, came out.
That. Yeah. Well, I mean, really? I mean, come on.
No, he's like a good person, even though he's black. It's crazy.
It's true. It's what I heard. I read about him in some magazine called White's Right something. I don't know. But it's pretty funny. They got good comics.
Hooded Quarterly.
Maybe.
Crossburners Digest.
I think it might have been it.
Been hanging out with Adam too much.
So many to choose from. All right, we're live.
Oh, he's gone.
Adam's gone.
He's going to his collection under his bed.
He's gone.
All right, guys. Let's hear the theme song.
The following program contains scenes of violence, nudity, and mature subject matter. Parental discretion is advised.
LIW from the Crypt Review.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to LIW Test on the Crypt Review, episode 23 for Dig That Cat. He's Real Gone, episode 103, directed by Dick Donner. I'm Phoenix West.
I'm Jansen Carlin.
Uh-oh.
Adam Wilcox.
Dick it, not related to Dick Donner, but close enough.
Yeah. You know what's funny, Dick? When you brought that up, that it's his cousin, I always thought that was just Dick Donner. He looks exactly like him.
I know, yeah, no, I think that's really his cousin.
It is.
Like,
I looked it up.
Yeah, they're related, yeah. He's in Predator 2. He's in Lethal Weapon series. He's in a lot of stuff.
He looks exactly like him.
I always thought he was, too. I thought that was Richard Donner for the longest time, yeah.
That's not right. I don't agree with how humans have evolved into those two men looking exactly alike.
I think is he dead on IMDb? Is he dead?
Steve Kahan, Kahan. He's alive, born 1930.
Oh,
Richard
I was
Donner
worried.
Is alive, obviously.
He's still kicking.
1930 as well. So,
well, shit.
What the fuck happened in that family? They got to be twins that's separated.
Both of them are managing a Dunkin' Donuts somewhere in California.
Dick, did you get the cream-filled popsicles in the oven? No, I didn't, Eddie. Shut up.
We don't sell donuts anymore. We're a coffee place, you moron.
We're not selling the donuts. Al Pacino did a commercial for us in a movie.
Dunkachino.
What's more embarrassing, guys? Al Pacino in Jack and Jill, or this entire episode?
I would say Al Pacino and Jack and Jill.
Yeah, I'm going with
pretty bad.
I'm going with Al Pacino for sure.
Say what you will.
I felt like in that Al Pacino was having fun. He knew it was stupid, but he was having fun.
It's still a career low. He should be ashamed of himself. It's like having too much to drink at a family party. You know, you don't want to remember that.
Hitting on your cousin. Dick
Or
Donner,
his niece.
Your daughter's kind of hot. She's got a great ass.
I know, husband, but stop flirting with him.
You're just too uptight.
I'm in the dark, yeah.
Let me tell you about my friend Chadwick.
I had a thought about 8 minutes in this episode where I went, you know what? Fuck Tales from the Crypt. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You just now had that.
You just now fucking get this realization?
Jesus Christ.
I keep wanting to go, no, there's good episodes.
You have more faith in this than most religions have in this span of mankind.
Well,
right?
I have you guys on my one shoulder, then I have Dick on the other side being like, there's good episodes out there. And I'm like, I remember those. And I'm like, no.
I thought
the fact that
I thought maybe they're out there. I don't know.
we're hitting these randomly,
Yeah.
and still getting a pile of dog shit every single time
You kind of got to
should be like a big red flag to you. Like,
Thank you, Jansen. Thank you.
We need to do the Tim Curry episode. I think that's probably the best one they ever did. Probably I haven't seen it, but I've heard that's probably the best one.
so
Adam,
we'll do that, and then we'll just cancel the series, right?
Yes, I think we do one more and that's it.
And then we just do never go backs after this.
Yes,
Yay!
forever.
And we literally never go back to Tales from the Crypt.
Never go back.
I can do that.
It might
I'll
become
sign on
that.
to
I don't know. This is gonna be a weird show, but I do know that I don't think we're gonna top Yellow, Adam. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay, so I found out about that.
Yeah.
So Yellow,
Not an episode.
and not an episode of Tales from the Crypt.
Figures. We called it.
There was 3 episodes of Tales from the Crypt that were turned into Tales from the Crypt. They were part of a pilot for Two-Fisted Tales. One of them is the Brad Pitt episode, which is a he's like a car racing guy going after another car racer, but he's like King of the Road. And the other one's a Western, which I'd never seen. I don't even know the title either. But it was a Western, a 50s throwback episode, and Yellow. Those were the 3 episodes.
Two-Fisted Tales was Richard Donner and Joe Dante, right? If I remember.
Yes, I think so.
They both did a story. I didn't know there were 3. So was
It was supposed to be 3 episodes in one pilot. So it was gonna be like a mini. It was gonna be like a TV movie, but it never aired. So they just folded it over into Tales from the Crypt.
So
That makes way more sense.
I would
Yeah.
have liked Two-Fisted Tales, I think.
Well, that's the thing. They had one or the other. They didn't want to keep making these shows because I think they cost too much money. Go figure that one out.
I've been looking to get a copy of Two-Fisted Tales for years now, and I didn't know that. That's interesting because I have every Richard Donner movie, but I don't have that, so I've been looking for it.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if it was ever released as the 3 episodes in one volume. I think they were just regulated to Tales from the Crypt episodes. Kind of like Owl Creek Bridge now.
Well, Adam and I picked up on that right away. This is not a Tales from the Crypt episode. First of all, it's 45 minutes. That was a big giveaway. Second being there's no horror at all. And they just threw it in the show, and it was so obvious, but at least
And the fact that we couldn't find anything to make fun of. Like we weren't laughing or, cracking jokes too much. We were like too engaged in the story to like even bother making jokes or talking. Yeah.
And thank God for that episode, because that's the only thing I've been holding on to that I like. So now that you tell me that, I any love I had for the show is 100% gone now. We're gonna find
one episode that's gonna come up, and you're gonna be like, you know what? I was wrong.
No,
probably not.
The odds, the math would have to be 15.
You can't watch this many bad episodes and think otherwise.
It's the Drake equation. The Drake equation.
Like, unless we have the absolute worst luck in the entire world, the random way that we've been choosing these episodes, we should have hit a gem at least a few times by now.
We've watched, I have in my tier 1 bucket, I have Yellow, Ease'll Kill Ya, Till Death Do We Part. That was fine. And then I have Demon Knight, the movie. So we have 2 actual episodes of the show. And I was being generous with Till Death Do We Part. We really didn't have anything to complain about, really.
What? I didn't see that.
That's the one with Tim Roth, right?
John Stamos.
Oh,
yes, Stamos.
Okay.
Ease'll Kill Ya is Tim Roth.
The Tim Roth one was decent.
Those are both good.
Not great, but decent.
Yeah. What about the skin one?
Skin one.
The one with the girl with the fake face.
Last
week's episode. Yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up because
you didn't like that one either.
We basically gave it a 6. It was like, eh.
Okay.
I got shit on YouTube because YouTube is fucking terrible. But he said, let me pull up the whole thing because it's a paragraph.
Oh no, one of those.
No, he wasn't negative. He was. Oh God, this is long. It's okay. He said it's Captain N, which I hope N stands for something.
No,
Nick.
Chadwick Boseman.
It's okay to entitle to your own opinion, but I hate to say it, but this was the best damn episode in the series. This is talking about Only Skin Deep, where she had the mask. Okay.
Yes.
It originally aired on Halloween, and yes, there's a plot, actually. The guy was an abusive asshole, and she meets this chick and thought he could do the same thing to her, and later on, he got what he deserved.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point of the episode.
Yeah. As for the guy was jerking around, are you sure you paid attention while watching? It was the ghost of one of her latest victims, whose face she sawed off as well and put in the display case because it showed him again, as well as that face where he discovered her human man's face cut off in a display case. All one sentence. The ending music fits perfectly as she puts his face in the collection, and she looks at her reflection in the saw and uses his blood that is on the same as and uses his blood that is on the saw as lipstick, and then she turns it on one final time as the episode fades to black. I'm sorry, but this is the best episode in the series. I mean, you guys
That's
may not have
fine.
liked it, but that much. But when I first saw it back in the day, it terrified me.
Nobody ever comments on your videos, and this one person
That's fine.
comes from out of nowhere.
No, so I mean, the real answer to this is you shouldn't apologize if you think it's the best episode. So obviously you're fucking mistaken. You should go bury yourself in a hole.
Ouch.
But make sure you have 9 lives.
And I don't know what we said exactly because I don't rewatch this shit that we do, but I don't remember being like, who is this guy that showed up? But we were like, it's a ghost. But our point was they didn't explain why there's suddenly fucking ghosts in this episode.
They didn't explain a lot of things, and that's why we had problems with it.
It's just like a ghost.
Yes, there was a plot, but it wasn't fully fleshed out.
He's a ghost for 3 seconds, and they don't talk about it again.
No,
You should mention too, though, the reason we start talking when we do is because we get bored from what we're watching. Like we're like instantly turned off by some of this stuff, so we start making our own entertainment.
well, apparently they've never seen Mystery Science Theater 3000.
I mean, we do a little bit of that, but like we said with Yellow, we were engaged enough to where we didn't really have to do that. There wasn't really anything to make fun of because we were enjoying the material that was in front of us, either visually or, dialogue-wise, any of that. It was all good.
Keep in mind this is based on our review, not our commentary episode. So
Correct. Yeah, our commentary wasn't released, I don't think. So
He had to pay for that shit.
yeah, you got to pay at least $1. But the point is, we got everything he said there, and I don't agree that it's a great episode. I thought it was an okay episode. I didn't hate it. I put it in the middle bucket, which is
That's where I would put it. Yeah,
tier 2 bucket is I'm satisfied. I didn't hate it. That's what that means to me. That's where that one would go. Same with
Well, I would put that one higher above the Leah Thompson one.
No, then you're at 2 different tier, and that's like I really enjoy this.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to go that far.
Well, then, sorry.
This episode is tier 3.
You fucking hated it?
I fucking hated it. I fucking hated this episode. Crypt. Can you believe it, guys?
Now, this is pure hate, though. This isn't as bad. I don't think you've hated an episode this bad in a long time, though. Honestly,
not since oh god,
Harry Dean Anderson. Harry Anderson.
I'm looking right now at the bottom of the tier 3. Horror in the Night. I still find my least favorite episode. Remember that pretentious wannabe film student bullshit?
Mm.
They're not going to get worse.
Still trying to forget it. Yeah,
that was so bad. That was like wannabe Tarantino.
This was like wannabe a film student.
This was a goofy short film with the fisheye cam, and Richard Donner just didn't.
We were
shoot.
joking about how this episode was just 90s as fuck. It looked like a Metallica video was going to break out right in the middle of it.
I agree with what Jansen said during his first death. We'll explain the episode eventually. Yep. But during his first death, they start cutting to like weirdos in the audience, and it did feel a lot like Fear and Loathing.
Yeah,
and because it's fisheye.
It had that vibe, and it just like it made you like feel almost sick to your stomach. It's like that that scene where they're checking into the hotel. You're just like, oh god, I can't deal with it.
Every scene is this.
Yeah, good people in the casino lobby.
Yeah,
that sort of shit.
Yeah, I hate that scene. I love the movie, but I fucking hate that scene.
Oh, you're supposed to.
When everyone's turning into lizards.
Yeah.
And fucking.
But I love his ether walk.
Yeah. I'm full of ether. Coming in and checking the hotel. These bastards. Get out of here, you bastards. You're all going to die.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson's here. Hello. I have special skills. I can take hemodrochrone.
Stick to your producer voice.
Okay, we'll do it back to that. That's wonderful. Adrenochrome.
So, it starts off. I guess we'll describe the plot.
Yes.
Joey Pants is getting buried in a coffin, and he starts talking to the camera, starts breaking the fourth wall. And he's like, let me tell you how this all began, this crazy, kooky story.
You might be asking how I got here.
We'll see.
I should have taken the blue pill.
I was sleeping in a cardboard box, and he's like a homeless man, and he's got a beard, and he talks like, it's old lady. Oh, I need some booze. He talks like Jerry Lewis, but he's trying to act drunk, and none of us bought it. It was fucking terrible. He's a bad actor in this episode.
Yeah, at one point I asked, did James Franco get all of his inspiration from this episode?
Who do we blame for Dave Franco then?
James Franco.
Oh, okay. So it's all going back to Joey Pants.
Yeah.
Remember when we met Joey Pants?
Yeah, he was at our film school.
Yeah.
His son went there.
His son graduated
I remember that. He was in the audience. I think he's doing something. I think he's some extra somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. But the backstory, a scientist randomly walks up to him and he's like, hey, I think he's trying to buy a blowjob, and he's like, oh, let's get a cat brain in you. And he hands him a bunch of money, and then someone else want to talk.
I give you my life savings to put the cat brain inside of you so that you could live to have 9 lives.
That guy's accent was bullshit. All right, just absolute bullshit.
So Joey Pants wakes up from the operation and he goes, there's only one way to find out if this works. And he shoots him in the head. He goes, why, Doc? He shoots him
9 lives to the human.
See, like, your shitty joke accent right now is more convincing than that guy's accent in this episode. And what sucks about that is he got paid for that shit. You are doing this for free on YouTube.
Because the love of craft.
We assume he got paid. He could have just been given the opportunity and been like, hey, this will get your name out there. But going back to the fact that his accent sucks, everybody's fucking accent in this entire episode sucks. Everybody can't act. The announcer guy is fucking god awful. The bitch that's like doing the dancing around him is awful. The fucking
you watch your fucking mouth about Robert Wool.
Robert Wool,
he's a treasure.
He's the one that's trying in this show.
He was garbage, and you all know it. Even when he comes in to give him his money and his carriage or whatever, he's like, gather around.
Hey.
Like, you're not doing anything to anyone. You're just talking to people. Why are you doing this right now?
Hey, this is 1990 post Robert Wool. This is Batman Robert Wool you're talking about here.
Okay, I'll see myself out there.
He plays a reporter.
There he goes.
And he's gone.
His character in Batman always drove me nuts. He's talking about
he's the worst.
I like him in this episode because I hated literally everything else, and I like the show Arliss. He's like HBO. He was like the first HBO darling.
Robert Wool is carrying this episode on his shoulders for sure,
and he's not that great in it. That's the sad.
No, yeah,
he's not that great. I'm not saying Jansen that he's.
It's like, I'm the one that showed up to work today. Fine, whatever. I'll work with this shit. I'll do it.
I agree with you that he carried the episode, but he was still garbage. Yeah. Like in the whole grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I agree. But also, he was clearly the best thing in the episode.
Yeah.
Like he's having fun. He's doing different accents. He has like a Fu Manchu at one point, and he has like a goatee and like
he's got a different mustache in every scene.
Yeah.
We expected more from Joey Pants, and we got it from Robert Wool instead.
Joey Pants hadn't learned how to act yet.
No,
he was in shit by now.
Oh, he was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What year was this one filmed?
So this was almost been 89, right?
89, yeah. Oh, evidently he's in a couple episodes.
This is June 10th, 1989.
Wow.
2 years before Zandalay.
I want to say La Bamba was like 86 or 87.
This is the episode the weekend before Batman comes out for Robert Wool.
So
can you imagine that? Can you imagine how high?
Maybe he was in this episode to promote Batman.
I think so.
See Robert Wool in Batman next month, or next week, or whatever, next Tuesday.
When did Arliss start?
Like 1995 or something.
Yeah, it was later, right? I know
the 90s. Yeah,
how later?
I want to say,
what's funny? 96 2002.
Oh shit! Was on that long?
No, personally, love Robert Wool in Good Morning Vietnam. I love him. I love everybody in that movie. I love that movie to pieces. He's hilarious in it.
He's also in a couple episodes of American Dad. One of them playing himself, making fun of himself. So the guy has a sense of humor about himself, and I like him. But this
I
episode
like Orville. Yeah,
sucks. This is a terrible episode.
yeah, it's not his fault.
I have bad things to say about it. It made me angry watching it. I didn't get any satisfaction from it. And it was very Tales from the Cryptish too. Like you had the guy and he kills the scientist eventually because he's taking like 60% of the money for his scientific research. So he kills him in a car crash after a couple of his deaths. And so you got that typical Tales from the Crypt thing where he's becoming greedy. This seems like this series is all about greed being your downfall.
In voodoo and paintings.
We only had one voodoo, two voodoo, possibly. One for sure voodoo.
2 or 3 paintings.
4 or 5 paintings.
Yeah, 4 or 5 paintings. Evil paintings.
Because even
One Frank Stallone.
Oh God, he was in a tier 1 episode though.
He is though, yeah.
Figure that out.
Oh shit.
So I don't get why this episode sucked so bad. Because was this Donner's attempt to do a comedy, and it was so miserably mismanaged that he had to fix it. Like because Maverick is a great comedy as far as I'm concerned. I like that movie.
I feel like he just had this thought of like, okay, I'm gonna, I don't know if he wrote the script or whatever, but whoever wrote the script was like, just handed it out. They picked the actors, are like, do what you want with it. We're not giving you any notes. Figure out a character, and we're just gonna roll camera. I mean, it didn't seem like anybody had any real direction.
And it felt like there was no money because the set was literally under a tent, and they just moved the chairs around and had different extras come in, and it probably was the same ones.
This whole episode felt like one of those Tim Burton flashback. Like whenever there's a dream sequence in a Tim Burton movie, there's always like this circus tent type shit. The dream sequence was the entire episode, like the whole thing. Yeah,
like the town from Edward Scissorhands, or how it's crazy, how it's painted. It felt like that, but all the quirk and charm wasn't there. And I'm not a guy that particularly likes Tim Burton, but he clearly does it better.
Yeah, he did his thing in the 90s, and then he tried to drag that into the rest of his life, and it didn't work anymore. And then he's like, I'll just make remakes for the rest of my life. We're good.
Who's screaming? Was that Kelly?
I heard it too.
Adam, was that your mom?
Not on my end. I was muted.
No, wasn't anybody screaming here unless you heard something off the TV in the other room.
I think it's on your end there, bud.
Mine?
Is your house haunted?
It's got to be Dick then.
I got nothing on.
Is it your neighbor?
I don't have neighbors. Oh my God!
I heard a door opening.
There's no who.
Somebody
I
just
hear
closed
none
the door.
That is you're freaking me out, dude, because I hear nothing.
Phoenix, you don't have anything playing?
No.
100%
We've
sure.
been playing this entire time. Do you guys not hear that?
I heard the
probably
door close.
somebody's got a sound box behind your door or something.
I heard a door open.
Yeah, I heard door open and close.
There's
Wasn't me, dude.
there's nobody here. Oh, there's people
Wait,
here. But they're all
Quiet.
all right. Everybody mute their mic.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm not muted because it ain't me. And now I have the power of the podcast.
I'm going to unmute. Not me.
There you go.
It's gone now. What the fuck? Okay.
That was wacky.
Wait.
Everybody be quiet.
Satan.
We got ghosts. We got the ghosts of Tales from the Crypt.
This is more entertaining than that entire episode.
He's writing an episode live.
Oh my God. HBO wants their fucking money back.
Shut up, Dickett.
Everybody be quiet.
I feel like it's Adam trolling us.
Everybody be quiet. It's gone. I don't hear anything now.
Interesting. Okay.
Adam muted his mic. We don't hear anything. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's strange. Yeah.
I'm gonna get sucked into the void behind me. Ah!
Do that.
Maybe I'm just old and deaf and I can't
Shove your
hear
hand
shit.
through a blender.
Yeah, the blender.
Wasn't
Ah!
Wasn't that door behind you closed?
Oh my God! No, that's fine.
He's up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Blood pouring down.
That's every Thursday. It's fine.
I heard my dog bark. That was legit behind me. But
So that's the new house. Is this week
No.
number 1 in the house, or
No, this is.
Is there a perfectly stacked books like behind the door if you open it, like just a
Yeah.
perfect symmetrical book
no
stack?
human could stack books like this?
Chairs.
Are you currently menstruating?
Back off, man! I'm a scientist.
What day is it? 9th? No.
No. Well, whew, I was worried.
I know.
Oh,
There's my dog. Anyway, so his entire plan is to get rich by killing himself in front of 8 people, 8 to 20 people, and apparently they're all paying 25 grand a piece because he's making bank.
well, don't forget he's got a lot of cable TV deals apparently, because they were saying, "Oh, here's the HBO money. Here's the money from the TV program. Here's the money from NBC."
But
Meanwhile, he's staying in a swing line trailer with like a fluffer girl.
Yeah.
it looks like he's in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. It looks like the fucking worst, and he's hanging in there with the girl that he met. And
It's a
then
mobile lemonade stand.
he's getting like 60 grand each death, which is fucking nothing. There's no cameras. There's 25 people in attendance, and where the fuck is this money coming from? Because if HBO was giving him money, they're going to be filming it. There's no cameras. There's no crew. There's nothing. It's 25 fucking weirdos pulled up a Tim Burton movie. And
Richard Donner's cousin paid $1,000 to shoot an arrow at him.
that's right.
So there's that. And they did that 3 times before that archery champion shot him.
Yeah,
And
maybe
he
he
got
got that kind of money.
Yeah.
Okay,
I heard
that was
it.
a door. That was a door. That was not a scream. That was a door. It's
Yeah,
right.
that was the door.
Was that a door at your house, Adam?
yes.
Okay, it was that.
That's what we heard last
That's
time.
what you heard. Okay, yeah, that wasn't a scream. That was a that was a garage door. It needs a little door.
Which is totally fine. I just wanted to know
Sorry.
who was it.
When you said scream, I was listening for a scream. I've heard that noise so many times in the last 5 years. I don't even hear it anymore.
You ever hear a WD-40? Have you heard that before?
I have.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Dick.
Fucking
Good
got
point. Good point.
God damn it, Phoenix.
I just want the mystery solved. I don't care that it's happening. At least I know where it's coming from.
It's a garage door that definitely needs WD-40.
The
Yes.
fact that all 4 of us are saying it's not
I
happening.
got
Oh,
2 balls.
God.
You want me to ship you one or what, bro?
So who's entering and exiting the garage so many times? They're
I'll
like
go close my
drug
door.
dealer?
Are they taking a body out there?
Your shame was taken out there and executed.
He's done. Had enough of our tomfoolery.
Here he comes. He didn't travel with Mike so we can hear him.
I hear a door opening.
That's because I closed my door so that we don't hear the scream anymore.
That was just funny.
The lamentation of the women.
We have a refrigerator in the garage, so it opens and closes quite often.
Oh.
The WD-40 only lasts so long. So
That was my dog. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
no, I heard an old man screaming. What was it?
He's
Oh,
mad at my wife.
Kill them all.
Help me, help me.
helter skelter.
I'm Dick Donner. I'm directing this episode into oblivion. Help me.
He did 16 blocks in like 2006, and he never did another movie again.
Well, he did 16 blocks. That should be enough.
I love Lethal Weapon. I love Superman, the first Superman movie. Love
Yeah,
it.
the first Superman movie is pretty fucking epic.
Yep, it still holds up. It
It's
still holds up.
yeah.
I watched recently that I've been putting off for a long time was the Batman versus Superman movie,
Oh,
which I'm going to be honest with you, I actually kind of enjoyed it. I thought it was
did you
pretty-
watch the director's cut or the original cut?
I think it was the original cut. It was just whatever was on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
I fell asleep 3 times watching that movie.
He also did Scrooged, for the record.
Yeah, that was good.
Yes. And Bill Murray and Dick Donner did not get along on that movie.
Oh, nobody gets along with Bill Murray.
This is true.
Bill Murray doesn't get along with Bill Murray.
No.
Bill Murray wants.
You know what though? I hate to say this, but I actually like this episode more than the last one that we watched. The last one that we watched just like pissed me off, and this one didn't piss me off near as much.
I think you're alone on that island there, but
Go back to your garage.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I didn't hate it as much as you guys did. Like I maybe it's just that my expectations are so low now that I'm just looking for anything to be entertained by. But Robert Wool made me laugh a couple times. It was fast paced. So it didn't get boring or anything. I wasn't like looking at my watch or staring at the time or anything. But otherwise, it's slightly above average for me.
Wow, slightly above average. That's saying something.
If I had to score it, I think I'd give it about a 6. Yeah.
Holy shit! Wow.
I'm gonna go with a 4.
Yeah, I know you hated it, but if this is the episode that makes us stop having to watch Tales from the Crypt, then it's going to be special to me.
It's an 8.
I'm somewhere between a 3 and a 4. It was garbage.
Yeah.
I think if I watched it again, I'd give it a 3. But I don't want to do that. But it has a 7.5 on IMDb.
What?
With like
what's the worst aspect? Is it that you predicted the story so early and like you predicted how it's going to end so early on, or was it just the delivery, the acting?
That's never the worst part. The worst part about this was how fucking stupid everything was. I hated everything.
Yeah, it was the thing that ruined it for me. The very first thing that ruined it for me was that one bitch's voice. Maybe one of punch a dog.
It was that era. Yeah, it was that era of the high-toned hot girl that every movie had that funny voice. Yeah.
Discount Vanna White. Yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying. That was like a 90s thing.
Another episode of 1950s, 80s.
Yeah.
And,
You're right there.
I just seem so sick of that. And
Yeah.
Maybe it's the fact that Robert Wool was making me laugh. I didn't hate Joey Pants, but I mean, I've come to expect that these episodes that we watch is they waste these actors. It's like these are talented actors, but they're not giving them any direction at all. They're just it's like Dick said earlier. They're just saying, "Hey, turn the camera on, film it. You got no fucking budget, no time to finish it. Cut it, move on."
it's filmed in a blank void. When they bury his body, it looks like a JC haunted house. I don't know how to describe it.
They're awful. They're fucking absolutely awful.
Yeah. It was really cheap. It was super cheap, this one.
Like we were joking that, and I do have a theory that I think Spirit Halloween, like the whole concept of Spirit Halloween, is what was left over after they stopped filming episodes of Tales from the Crypt, and the costume department needed something to do and somewhere to go with the costumes, and just started selling them in tents as Spirit Halloween or abandoned shopping malls or whatever your local Spirit Halloween is.
Apparently, Richard Donner was actually in the episode in the crowd.
Oh my God.
Oh, so he was one of the lucky 20.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to. They couldn't get enough people together to.
That's the other thing. Why would there be a crowd just to watch a guy get buried and then they'd leave? Like,
For a day.
Pretty
24
fucking
hours.
stupid to just. Hey, let's watch somebody bury a coffin.
And what a wasted opportunity this episode had, because all the deaths were boring as shit. Like first one, he gets drowned. Well, first the doctor shoots him in the head. Then he gets drowned. Then he gets hanged. And then Joey Pants is hung, is what I should have said. He gets hanged.
Is he hung? Is he hung, Phoenix? Do you know?
He just shot in the heart. He crashes the car, probably before that, but that's 5. And then he gets buried alive and stabbed in the back by the girl. That's 7. Is there another one?
The cat died.
Yeah, but that's only
So that
8.
was 8. Then he's got one more after that.
But he shouldn't. The whole revelation is, oh, I don't have 9, I have 8 because the cat died.
Well, the cat dies, that's 1. Doctor shoots him in the head, that's 2. Drowning's 3. He's so hung is 4.
Yeah.
5 is arrow through the heart.
6
Electric
is car
shock.
crash.
Electrocuted. That's right. Electrocuted. Yeah.
That's the one where you were saying, they could have faked this, right? Like it would have been cheaper to just fake it.
They
and
could have
save
faked
yourself
all
time.
of them.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Like they could have he could have made more money if he kind of extended the bit for a while. It's like, okay, this time we're gonna hang him, and he dies hanging. Oh, next week you can shoot him with an arrow. Like get more people to come next week when you actually shoot him with something. Like you fake one death.
When they brought up HBO, and HBO's paying for this.
No.
The death. They should have had they could have had the same thing they did. Just have the HBO crew there, so it feels like this whole experience is worth it for him, because it feels like he made $12,000 every death, which is he's like, I'm gonna be rich. Like, not really.
You're giving away a whole. Plus, they wasted one of his lives just shooting him in the head just to prove, like, I can kill you. And you come back. I'm like, well, that was senseless.
Well,
you should at least give me back part of my money for that, bitch. You know? It's like,
Well, he did. He gave him his money. Remember, he gave him his life savings. So the doctor did pay him initially.
I feel like he should have gotten a little extra just for him wasting one of the lives, if that's what he was going to do with it. You
Well,
know?
these guys were small time to begin with. They don't go to Johnny Carson and say, "Look, Johnny, we can kill him on live TV for you, and it'll be huge." Like they should, but no, they go to the fucking Robert Wool's freak show on Santa Monica Boulevard. Who gives a shit?
Well, the real fuck up he did was killing the doctor, though. Like, if he didn't
That's
kill
true.
the doctor, he could have just had him replace the cat part with him every 8 lives or whatever. Then it's forever.
Yeah, there's
Good
another
point.
That's
Stellar point.
I still think
Plot
it's
holes,
the
man.
doctor- It's the doctor that becomes the.
The guy from Human Centipede.
Yeah, thank you. I could not think of the name of that.
I try to forget it too.
My mind is trying to push that. There's 3 of those things. I'm not
seeing the last 2. I saw the first one. I'll never watch anything ever again called Human Centipede ever. Anything.
I think I've seen the first 2.
Ugh. Disgusting.
I've never seen any of them because so many of my friends just tell me about it that I don't feel any need to watch it. Like I
There
feel
is
like
no
they've
need.
explained
I mean,
everything to me that I need to watch.
Have you seen 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
I don't think I've actually watched that one either.
I mean, because
No.
if you've seen that, you've seen the Human Centipede.
I've never seen that.
Pretty much. Ugh.
I know what it's about, but I've never watched it. I'm
Ugh.
kind of proud of myself that I haven't.
We did that in a podcast, like when we first launched, and everybody in the room watched it, but I refused. I'm like, no, I don't need to see that.
I have my standards.
So wait, it was your own podcast?
Yeah, and then
And
everybody
you
else.
were the
pulled
only
it
one who
up.
didn't do it?
I was like, no, I'm not doing it.
And you notice that those people don't talk to you anymore?
Man, team player. And we let this guy run the show. What the fuck?
I like how he lets the inmates run the asylum on the very inaugural episode.
What
It's
the
like,
fuck are we doing here?
whatever.
It was like a year in, and everyone wanted to watch it. They were talking about it, and they're like, "Oh, let's pull it up." I'm like, "No, let's not do that."
Ugh, awful. Speaking of that, though, the inmates ran the asylum. There's a great Tales from the Crypt episode, which we haven't gotten to yet, with John Lovitz.
Is it really though?
It's actually I think we'd all like it.
We keep hearing you say or talk about these great episodes.
You, Jansen.
Okay, what I should have said when I said "fuck Tales from the Crypt" is "fuck you,"
Yeah, fuck Dick.
because I'm not believing you anymore.
We don't
I'm
trust
telling
him.
you, there's like 2 or 3 that are pretty good.
You
Yeah,
said
okay,
the
dude.
Christopher Reeves one was gonna be good.
We're gonna
All
get
right.
through. We're gonna get through every goddamn episode and
Let's
take
do
some.
this,
Guys, I'm
okay?
telling you, there's another one you haven't seen.
Here's
it.
what I
It's
think we
great.
should do.
Swear to God.
I'm just spitballing here, but I think we should let Dick Dickette pick out the next episode, the really great one, and just forego the whole
Okay.
random drawing bullshit. And we'll see if we agree with him. And if we don't like it, then we're done with this fucking series.
I turned off my phone because I was being good.
No, you're
It's
good.
just a suggestion. Yeah, it's not
I
my
already
show.
You have a while. I already have the next couple picked. So
Okay,
Oh.
good. Maybe it's picked. Maybe it's too late.
Probably not.
no, I just got one more Tales from the Crypt. Then we have your amazing stories that you. picked.
I think it's that evil bingo ball of yours is what it is. It just knows every shit episode to show us. So
I agree.
It's haunted.
You cursed ball thing.
like that.
I guess I gave it a slightly higher review just because I laughed a couple times watching this because it was just it didn't bore me, I guess, or make me angry. So
It felt like it was 65 minutes.
Yeah, it was dragging like a motherfucker.
That kid had 9 lives. He spent them all.
Like we could have done with just a montage of the deaths. I didn't need to see every goddamn scene of them all played out.
That's
But he
all-
had to tell you about them.
and for the lead up to those deaths, they weren't very satisfying to
No.
watch. You know, it's like they didn't spend any money on showing you this graphic. Oh, let's
Not
just
only
do the
that,
cheapest ones. Oh, drowning, hanging, electrocution.
And not only that, but the dialogue in between it was kitschy and just kind of fucking annoying. It wasn't anything like worthwhile or like.
Well, there's
substantial.
definitely no likable characters whatsoever. That is for sure. There's nobody to latch on to. It's just like everybody is a piece of shit. And Robert Wool's the ringleader. Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to remake that shirt, Adam, and just say "Fear is Tales from the Crypt."
Nah.
That's giving it too much
Definitely
accolades.
is Tales from the Crypt.
I don't like Tales from the Crypt.
No, it's a bad TV series, and I think we've watched enough episodes to establish it.
I
It's
think there's a
bad.
reason why it's dead and not on air anymore.
I don't understand why it was on for so long, though. Is it just that HBO didn't have to answer to anybody and they could just keep going as long as they wanted to?
They spent more money on it. Why wouldn't
Cocaine.
I mean, don't people have to watch things in order for money to be made? I mean, HBO can just put on whatever they want, so that's
they
why it
had
was
to
on.
have their own original programming because other cable networks are getting into the game. So
I would love to know what the ratings were on this fucking show. I would love us to just talk about that on an episode, like just average ratings on this fucking show.
Well, did you know that Ray Bradbury Theater was an HBO show?
was it really?
Yeah, because I watched.
It's not real great either, but some of them I think were better written than this.
Well, they're all written by Ray. They're all based on Ray Bradbury short stories. So
Yeah.
you get
I've seen a
little
couple of them.
class. Yeah,
I watched that one too.
I watched them when I was in Texas. They had like a big marathon on. I was just like, yeah, I'll watch some of this. So I got caught up in them, and they were really kind of silly and goofy, but some of them were pretty interesting. Very 80s.
I made that same mistake with Tales from the Dark Side, and Phoenix is like, "Have you seen it recently?" I'm like, "No," and then we watched it. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
So bad.
It's
At
really
least Tales from the Crypt is not Tales from the Dark Side.
Yes.
Tales
There
from
is
the Dark
that.
Side is like Guiding Light level, low budget. You know,
It's
like
bad.
fucking daytime soap at nighttime. That's really what it was. It's really cheap. Holy fuck!
Oh my god.
It's like paper mache and fucking popsicle sticks cheap.
Well, hopefully Dick's choice of amazing stories coming up in a couple weeks is better.
I don't even remember what I picked.
So let's go over that because we have nothing else to say about the episode, right?
Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
Dick, what do you rate this episode out of 10?
I was pretty mad, so probably 3.724.
So a 4. So next week is Tales from the Crypt 313 Spoiled. And then the week after that, Dick chose Amazing Stories 214 Blue Man Down.
Ew.
So those are our next couple weeks.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be good.
It's sad when I'm looking forward to our Never Go Back episodes. To our
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like,
departure.
we've already established the never go back on this long time ago.
All I'm going to say in my defense is for Amazing Stories, I wanted to watch the Mark Hamill one. So, and you wouldn't let me. So there. That's all I got to say.
Maybe
All I want to say, Nick, is whatever you are taking when you watch these good ones that you speak of, you need to send those to us as well, so we can take them.
I'm telling you, there's a couple good episodes. I swear to God.
Okay, we want all of the drugs that you had. Okay,
It was the 90s.
don't care. Go back to the 90s and get them and send them to us. All right.
So cocaine is what you're saying.
I picture Christopher McQuarrie watching this episode and being like, "Usual suspects." I'm gonna write that trick ending with a bunch of.
I used to imagine Bryan Singer watching that episode. Says, "I want to fuck 15-year-old boys."
That's what gave me the idea.
Yeah, pretty much. 9 lives. That's what I got from the episode. 3.472.
I thought you said 3.7.
You're probably wrong.
Fuck you. Whatever you said, 3 or 4.
3 or 4. That's fine.
Goddamn decimal points.
That's
I
fine.
want to know what Jansen's looking up right now.
Christopher McQuarrie, because I have no idea who the fuck that is.
Oh my God, Chris McQuarrie's great.
I don't know names, man. I mean, obviously, he's written everything that Tom Cruise has been in the past 10 years, so I know who he is.
That's true. Yeah.
Mostly famous for the Mission Impossible stuff. So
He's literally written.
but he's done other really good stuff too.
He wrote Usual Suspects, and he wrote one of my favorite movies and directed it, Way of the Gun.
That way goes good.
7, 8.
What was it? The
He's
beginning?
written 9 movies in the past decade, the
Yeah.
past 20 years that have been 9 out of 18 credits have been.
And,
Tom Cruise.
and he's done a lot of script doctor work. So he's done shit on. He's done tons of work on movies all over the place.
Gotcha.
Has he directed a movie since that Jack Reacher movie?
Yeah, yes, he directs the Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah, he
Oh,
directed
yeah,
all
yeah.
those.
Yeah.
Most recent ones, anyway. He's directed them
them
all since Mission Impossible Rogue Nation in 2015.
Okay,
Jack
my favorite
Reacher.
one.
Jack Reacher put me out, man. I just put me
I
right.
just
Just
fucking hate that movie.
sucks.
Jack Reacher 2 is much worse.
Oh god, is it Edward Zwick?
Yeah, it's Edward
Yeah.
Zwick did the second one. That one's bad. That
I
one's
was
even
just
worse.
baffled that a sequel was even made. I'm like, they made a sequel to that?
Something tells me I liked it when it came out, but I'll have to rewatch it.
I don't hate the Jack Reacher one. I don't hate it.
I hate it. There's Three Stooges scene. When they're
Yeah,
in the
that's
bathroom,
fine. That didn't bother me. I thought that was
like,
fine.
It's a total fucking mess.
I'd rather watch Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. Honestly.
I rewatched that. You know what? That's a fucking great movie.
Great, isn't it? It
I
really
loved it. Loved
Can't
every
go wrong with
second.
Fred Ward is a genius.
Wait,
Fred
sorry.
Ward is hilarious.
That movie would never last today because Joel Grey's performance in that movie would trigger so many fucking people. It's not even ridiculous.
I am Korean. I am better.
I may be late to the party, but Tom Cruise has an untitled SpaceX project
Yeah,
on his thing right now.
I made a video of that. Tom Cruise is going to space to film a movie. That's actually going to be a real thing.
That's
It hasn't happened yet, but it's planned.
Wouldn't
Did
it
you
be great
guys-
if Brandon there?
Did you guys watch the David Blaine stunt this week?
No.
No, we're grown ups.
Listen, dude, I got stuff just kind of running on autopilot while I'm working all day. So I
Is that why he was on Joe Rogan? Talking something?
It was pretty cool. He got lifted up into the air with a bunch of helium balloons and then put on a parachute and jumped from it.
And he shot him with an arrow and he came back alive.
No, he didn't die. Like, it was a real stunt. They showed everything, all the setup leading up to it and everything, and just like it wasn't like illusionism or whatever the bullshit that he normally does.
I'm glad you brought that up because the title of this episode that we watched today, I thought it was going to be about magic, so I was prepared to be angry.
I thought we were going to watch a cat through the entire episode. I was expecting like a bad ripoff of Cat's Eye. We didn't get that.
I was expecting it to be Sabrina the Teenage Witch and just all about the backstory of the cat.
Could have been released the butthole cut of this Tales from the Crypt episode.
There you go.
Dick Donner's cut.
Oh God! We're gonna get
Hashtag release the butthole cut.
7 years.
You're my friend. You bought this DVD so you can call me Dick.
You guys want to have a good
Understand.
time? Just take all the drugs and watch Cats. It's fucking hilarious. I had to rent it just to see it, and I laughed at the whole thing. I did.
It looks frightening.
It's so pretentious. It's fucking hilarious. It's the most pretentious thing I've ever seen.
It looks terrible.
It is. It's really bad. It is.
Have any of you guys watched the Dick Donner Superman 2 cut?
Yeah.
Yes, I actually owned it.
That's where I get that phrase from.
Okay.
Because you watch the opening of that movie. He goes, "Well, hi, I'm Richard Donner or Dick. Since you bought this DVD, you can call me Dick." That's what he said.
I don't watch
It's hilarious.
Jansen's done. We're talking about names. He's
Yeah,
out.
I spent too much time watching David Blaine. Apparently, Jesus.
David Blaine's a name.
Yeah, I didn't like Superman 2. I didn't. It's one of those things like Jaws. Like the first one was fine, and then no sequels ever needed to be made. Ever.
No, but I don't, have you watched the Donner cut?
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
It was fine. I have no,
I don't know.
It was interesting. It was a neat what if version of the movie.
Past Neil before Zod, the rest of the movie's just kind of bullshit for me.
Yeah.
I just don't fucking care. I love the guy that plays General Zod.
Yeah,
I hate that fucking movie.
Terrence Stamp is very good.
He's great in the Limey.
The Limey's fucking great.
Actor, yeah, and he's underutilized as well.
You tell him I'm coming. You tell him I'm fucking coming.
It's basically
Limey.
90 minutes of him yelling at people from a driveway.
It's beautiful. You tell me about Jenny.
He said like Forrest Gump.
This is my
My Jenny. She's my daughter.
ice cream.
All right, guys. I think we're clearly off topic and we're done with this Tales from the Crypt episode.
Yep. Suicide time.
We're not quite done with the series because you picked things out already, and we have to follow them through to completion. So
Just wait.
Do we
till that YouTuber says this is his favorite episode. And you just shit all over it.
If this is his favorite episode, go fuck yourself.
If it's your favorite episode, I'll give you my address. You can come fight me in real life.
I don't wish any ill will on you, Phoenix, but I hope that your bingo ball got lost in the move. That's all I'm saying. All right. I hope it got lost and you don't draw any more episodes from the evil bingo ball.
I might buy another one if that happens.
No,
That would be first.
don't.
You might as well just flip a fucking coin at this point.
No, Dick picks the one that he thinks is great, and we watch that just to try to redeem this shit.
At least we'll have somebody
telling
to
you.
blame it on then, not some.
That's fine. I'll take it.
Then we
it.
can direct all our hatred towards Dick and then it'll be entertaining just to
What you realize,
Spite
if we
you.
watch the good ones, that he wants us to watch, and then we're like, oh, those are pretty good. Let's keep watching. Then we're just stuck with the bullshit that's left.
Exactly.
But who's to say we can't just watch the good ones and then be done? Like, why do we have to put
I
ourselves
say
through this?
that. The guy who runs the show says
The guy who wouldn't watch Two Girls One
They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Cass is the one who's running this show. What? This is bullshit. I'm taking over.
please do an offshoot of this show. I would love that.
It's all it is going to be is just reviews of this show.
Yeah, this podcast.
Just what I hate about all you guys.
It's the LIW Tips and the Crypt after show.
Remember when Adam wore that racist shirt?
Is that on this show or Twilight Zone?
I don't remember.
I should mention before we go, Dick Donner's now done Twilight Zone episodes that we've covered and Tales from the Crypt episodes that we covered.
Did he shit
He's
the bed on both of them?
He's a double threat.
He should stick to doing movies.
Did he
Oh,
shit the bed on
fire.
both of them though, or what?
Well,
What?
you don't do nothing anymore.
Did he shit the bed on both of them?
Well, let's take a look. He directed like 6 episodes in season 5 of Twilight Zone, so
Okay, so he shit the bed on both of them.
that's a fair assumption there. He did Nightmare 20,000 Feet, which is a great episode.
Mhm.
He did From Agnes with Love,
Mhm.
and then he did our next episode, or 2 weeks, whatever we do. Sounds and Silences, Jeopardy Room, Brain Center Whipples, and Come Water With Me.
So time will tell.
I could tell you. I like
Don't talk shit.
2 of those episodes are worth it.
Okay.
The rest, yeah. I fucking hate this episode, guys.
Agreed.
Fucking Dick Donner, you son of a bitch.
It was a comedy episode that wasn't funny. I didn't care about anybody, like Adam said. There's no likable characters. There's literally nothing to enjoy. If you're into horror, if you're into irony and you want to see an ironic ending, you've already guessed it by the time you get there. So it's your blue balls all the way through this episode.
Can we discuss? Do we like creepy Crypt Keeper or goofy Crypt Keeper? Like do we at least like when they are attempting to make him like a scary character, and maybe kind of cutting back on the puns a bit?
Season 1 has no introduction with the Danny Elfman music and the going through the model thing. They don't have that, and the Crypt Keeper is very. He's not as high pitched. He's not as effeminate sounding. He's pretty low key. He doesn't do as many puns, and I think I like this better.
Yeah, me too. He's there to set it up. He's not there to be his own thing.
Which is great. You could tell when he became like HBO's like, let's sell this thing.
And I think people were tuning in just to see what bullshit he was going to say. Which
You know what I was going to say is most people probably have this nostalgia and love for this show because of the intros and outros and not the fucking shit in between it.
I think you're right. I do.
I won't disagree. And then there's Dick. Anyway, guys, let's get out of here.
He's just looking wrong, by the way. Sorry, go ahead.
LIWstudios.com for me.
RaidersOfLostFlicks.com for me.
Nothing for me.
Nothing.
Sweet. All the better.
It ain't Christmas time yet.
Tweet Joey Pants and be like, the fuck did you do in this episode?
Let's tweet at him.
He was
Apologize
good.
to us.
He was good in Bad Boys 3. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I will
that was
never.
a pretty good movie. Yeah.
Until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
Vincent Carlin.
Adam Wilcox.
Duck, duck, duck.
Dig this podcast. It's real gone.
For a change.
You guys like that?
That's good.
You get what I did?
No, I'm confused.
And he's dead.
He's gone.
All right, I stopped recording.
Did you? It's still clicking.
It's still live.
I know. I stopped recording, I said.